Free will is a precious gift or privilege which is bestowed upon each of us by God. We have the freedom or autonomy to make decisions for ourselves which affect us in our daily living, ranging from personal health and well-being issues to our jobs, careers, relationships with others, and what we believe. As such, free will plays a most significant part in our lives and how we live. Although the overarching aspects of our earthly lifetime are already determined through the soul agreement, such as when, where, and to whom we are born, our date of death, and our life tasks and mission, our particular life experiences are chosen by us. As some of those who have undergone near-death experience observe, God honors and respects all of the choices and decisions we make for ourselves, but we remain responsible for them at the soul level. Why are we each granted free will? Perhaps we can borrow from a domestic or family analogy. As loving and caring parents who want the best for their children, we allow them the increasing autonomy and independence to make their own decisions as they mature and their decision-making capacity evolves. However, we know as parents that they will sometimes make mistakes, as we all do, but we hope and indeed expect that they will acknowledge, accept responsibility for, and learn from their mistakes, and thereby grow and mature into responsible adults. Similarly, God allows us to find our way, or to blunder through life by letting us make our own choices when we reach the proverbial fork in the road. The choices we make either help us to achieve our soul's mission in life, or take us further away from it. Sometimes we must fall and pick ourselves up again for our souls to learn and grow, and sometimes, sadly, we do not learn and develop total amnesia concerning why we are here and what we are supposed to do. But making mistakes and suffering the consequences therefrom help us to learn and evolve and align with our earthly mission. God does not want to force us to love Him or to force us to strive after divine virtue or righteousness. Of course, He wants that to be so, but to force us to do so would not be genuine, authentic, honest, or pure. God wants us to be spontaneous and genuine rather than grudging. He loves us so dearly that He allows us to choose between growing towards Him or falling away from Him. Free will can, of course, be exercised for positive or negative purposes. To put it into the language of the Abrahamic religions and Eastern metaphysical philosophy respectively, good and evil, or wise, enlightened, awakened, and ignorant. Negative energy, evil, and ignorance do not exist in the higher realms, but are necessary in the earthly realm to enable our souls to make important free will choices. Our cumulative life choices will either facilitate a growth and evolution of our soul consciousness towards God, or falling away from the light and consequent misalignment with our earthly mission. Free will is vital to pursuing and succeeding in our earthly life's mission, and in facilitating our ascendance into the higher spiritual realms. Our purpose here on earth is to grow towards the divine, but we can just as easily fall away, depending on how wisely or ignorantly we have exercised our gift of free will. For those who actively pursue and live by the positive energy of the universe, there is great reward. For those who choose to pursue negative energy, there is forgiveness and an opportunity for redemption. The exercise of our gift of free will in such a manner as to resist negative energy and utilize positive energy in the living of our life facilitates an elevation and expansion of our soul consciousness. Many of us perceive ourselves to be victims of life and what it throws at us, and this term seems to be gaining increasing currency in a contemporary dialogue. Admittedly, there are many things and circumstances in our life which lie largely beyond our control, but as a number of those authors who have recorded their near-death experience attest to, all too often, we are also victims of the way in which we have exercised our free will through unwise or ignorant decision-making, which has drawn too much on negative rather than positive energy. Here then are some of the observations and insights made on free will by the authors of those Ian's written accounts studied. God is unconditional love and gives us the gift of free will to make our own choices. Free will to create our own earthly reality is the greatest gift we are given. We are given opportunities in life, and we have free will to make choices. Each of us has the power to change our course through free will. Although our earthly life is predetermined on one level, its course may be changed by the exercise of free will. We determine our own path by exercising our free will and making decisions when arriving at forks in our personal path. Everything you have done and all you have been through were to prepare you for the juncture in your life right now. We are free to choose from among many forks in our path, but with such freedom comes responsibility, so choose wisely. You are the author of your own destiny. No one else can write your story. We are the creators of our own universe. Life is not a series of coincidences, but of choices made, the consequences which we remain responsible for at the soul level. God honors all choices we make pursuant to our free will. He will not veto our choices, but we remain accountable to our higher selves for those choices. Each soul has the free will to choose its own destiny, to choose between positive and negative energies, but the universal laws are such that the soul has to face the effect of what it chooses. One of the greatest gifts given to humans is free will. The gift of free will or choice is a great gift, but decisions should be made from our soul heart to secure the greatest good overall. Human free will is that part of our soul that is able to render positive service to the universe if it so chooses. That free will can also be exercised for negative purposes. Our experiences are what we choose through exercising our free will. It is our privilege to be granted free will. We decide and make choices. So how then can we feel that we are a victim? Do you consider yourself a victim? Aren't we all? Focus rather on what you want going forward and your past will fall away. You are the designer and author of your destiny. If you would like to go further beyond the veil, then please take a look at our book, Spiritual Revelations from Beyond the Veil by Douglas Charles Hodgson, available right now from O-Books. Thank you so much for watching, subscribe for future content, and we'll see you next time.